Yeah, it's time. It's time. Pull through, pull through. Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk. Bro, I'm looking excited. I got some stuff to do. Come on, let's go. Come on. Yeah. How you lovely people been today? Me? Let's get into it. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it. Go on, go on. Come in, come in, come in. Sit down. Gather around. Pop a squat. Up close in person. I guess. Bass drop. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Dun, dun, da, 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 dun. Dun, dun, da, dun, 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 dun. You probably can already tell I'm pretty hyped today. As you can tell by the title, I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty hyped. Let's go. 16, 15, 14. Let's go. Yeah. Golly. We are here. Let's get it. We're here. We're chilling. Alright then, let's get into it. What's good, you guys? Back at it again with another episode of Up Close and Personal with me, your boy, Irami. And welcome back to the studios, bro. What's up? What's good, you guys? What a start, what a start, what a go. First of all, before I even go into what I've been, how my day's been, let's give it up for Yaro WT12 for following your boy. What does that mean? We just hit 3 subscribers, you guys. Woo! I never thought that would gonna. I never like. I am extremely surprised. Yo, shout out Yaro for giving me a shout out for giving me. I saw your comment on YouTube. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Um, I'm surprised that we made it to 3 subscribers, and it's kind of funny because my mind is split into two. Because one side of one side of me is extremely excited, which rightfully so, because for about maybe a good solid year, I was sitting on 1 subscriber, and that 1 subscriber was a friend I knew. So I mean, I appreciate him. He know who I'm talking about. Shout out, bro. Shout out to him. But other than him, it was just only just me and myself, and occasionally he may hop on the stream to listen to me. But for over a year, it was just me, myself, and I. And then a couple of months back, we hit 2 subscribers. I was excited for that. And now, boom, we just hit three 7 days ago. Um, yeah, it was 7 days ago. My apologies. I was busy with so many other things. So I know it's kind of late, but at the same time, we're here. What you mean? So, so yeah, one side of me is extremely happy because we did it. We had 3 subscribers, which of course, obviously, that gives me the courage to keep on pushing through, keep on growing to the 4th subscriber, the 5th subscriber, 7th, 8th, ninth. And eventually we're gonna hit that 50. Your boy become verified or partnered. So yeah, one side of me is extremely happy, but the other side of me is kind of like, yo, bro, calm down. It's just 3 subscribers, bro. And that's kind of like the doubtful, conflated side of me, or the cynical side of me, which is kind of like, yo, man, you need to calm down. There's just 3 subscribers, bro. You be watching YouTubers with hundreds, thousands, probably millions, and you out here happy about 3. Of course, I'm happy about 3. Yes, I'm happy about 3 because that means each and every person that followed me, they followed me because obviously what I'm doing interests them. Obviously, what I'm doing they liked, and that gives me determination because that means I'm gaining my followers, I'm gaining my subscribers organically. People out there coming for me. And to me that makes me more happy. I didn't ask nobody, hey, follow me. I didn't pay nobody. I didn't do no silly stuff like that. I know anyone that was watching the last episode, which was an announcement episode, you saw that freaking you saw that bot. It was a freaking bot message talking about, hey man, you want more subscribers? Come and pay this and that, and we're gonna fill you up with bot subscribers. Man, forget that. I want real people. I want to talk to the people. I'm not talking to robots. I'm not talking to AIs, bro. I'm not talking to freaking NPCs. I want to talk to real people. I want to talk to real people. You feel me? I don't got time for this. I want to talk to some legit real people. Listen to them as they listen to me. You feel me? So like I ain't so yeah, it is like again, like it's kind like this whole year of being on Twitch kind of been rough. I complain about it. Sometimes I will take hiatus, take breaks, do other things, come back again. It was rough. It was hard, man. But I'm so happy that boom, we made it to 3 subscribers. Shout out to Yarrow once again for the follow. I appreciate it. Um, and again for everyone who listened to this on Twitch, YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. If anything I'm doing is right, if you like what I'm doing, you know, hit your boy with a follow, hit your boy with a comment, a subscribe, whatever. You know, I don't do it for the. I don't know. I do it because it's just fun to do. I do it because I enjoy it. The reacting, the gaming, the ranting, the raving, the podcast, bro. It's just me. And again, I'm telling you, me, Yara, we're going places because eventually we're gonna keep on. I'm gonna keep on going and going and going, doing more new, interesting things. Before you know it, I'm gonna leave this little bitty apartment that I've been living here with my folks, with freaking kids running around here screaming their top of their heads off, banging against the windows. We're gonna be up there, baby. We're gonna be up there. So that's pretty much the first thing I wanted to do was kind of do like a little mini celebration. That, hey, we hit 3 subscribers on Twitch. I'm happy, you know, because it gives me more fuel to keep going. It gives me more fuel to keep pushing, and that's the best thing I can ever needed. You know, seeing 1 or 2 views pop up on my YouTube, see maybe 1 comment on my YouTube channel. That 1 comment on my video, you know, it means a lot. It really means a lot. It gives me it's like a little bit of juice to keep on going. So I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who's been listening, everyone who's been following, everyone who's been liking, subscribing. Thank you. Thank you for anyone who's just been clicking on my video and giving me maybe like 30 seconds of a chance. You feel me? Thank you, bro. So, anyways, what's the main topic of discussion? What's the main thing we're gonna do? Well, we're gonna hit up to some spicy current events. Ooh, spicy, spicy current events. We're gonna touch on them. We're gonna touch on them. First, we're gonna react to the legend. I've reacted to him many, many times before. Your boy, freaking Charlie, Moist Criticals, Penguin Zero. We're gonna watch him. We're gonna talk about the Brittney Griner situation. Then we'll touch it up with the. Can I even say his name? Like, is it cancelable? Is his name cancelable? Like, if I say his name, I just freaking disappear. Freaking yay, yay, yay West. we're gonna talk about the Yay West situation. So let's get into it. Enough time wasting. As I get everything together, let's play it. Let's play the new song, the, the little instrumental song for my vault I made 7 days ago. Hit it. Yeah. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I made this song. This is not even this song. I made this instrumental, this beat, like 3 o'clock in the morning, half asleep, like insomnia. So this whole like the feeling of this beat it kind of represent how I was feeling that night. Pretty much the whole entire theme of this the music vault on my YouTube is these just different instrumentals beats that I made in the middle of the night, and it kind of corresponds how I've been feeling in those nights. So yeah, Monday night, Tuesday night. I'm coming out with Wednesday night, Thursday, and Friday night, and Saturday and Sunday. So tune in for some more. Yeah, we back. We back with the screens. Yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah, yeah. Stay tuned for um the Wednesday night instrumental, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those gonna be coming out pretty soon. I just did the first two, and I can tell you guys was loving the first two, at least the very first one. Shout out to the comment on YouTube. I think it was Yaro. He was saying that it was like a video game type of feeling, which it is kind of. It's like a mix between like some real music and something you'll play in a video game. So yeah, so be looking out for this one. All right, okay. We in this, baby. We in this. Let's go ahead and get into it. So if this is the right, it is the right one. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and react to it. This is Moist Criticals Penguin Zero. I do not own this video. I'm just reacting to it. Shout out to my boy. Yeah, shout out to Penguin Zero for the video. I'm leaking descriptions. Everything is gonna be in the description. So if you want to watch it, watch it. I do not own anything. I'm just a reactor right now slash podcaster, whatever. So we're gonna talk about this. This is part of the current events for all you people who didn't know. Let's get into it.
For a little while now on whether or not to make a video about this topic because it's not exactly goofy, but the more I read about it, the wackier it becomes, and the more unbelievable the story. It finds by now that Brittney is a Russian agent of death. Now go ahead.
To kind of put my 2 cents into this, I kind of been keeping up with the whole Brittany since ever since I first learned that she got arrested in by the Russian authorities back at like maybe what January or February of this year, I think. And her situation involving I guess whatever she committed became more intensified. It intensified because of the whole Ukrainian invasion war. And so I just kind of be keeping up with it over time. It was kind of like, is she gonna be in prison for over 10 years? Is she not? We don't know. Maybe they may slap her on the wrist and keep her pushing. And finally, when they found out that no, she gonna be serving all 9 years of prison, I was like, well, dang, we ain't gonna see you for 9 years. But this whole this swapping, prisoner swapping this talk been going on since for the past maybe 5 or 6 months. You know, I've been hearing about this swap deal being talked about, being rumored, being discussed for the past 4 or 5 months. Actually happened. It's astonishing. But I'm gonna let him take care of the
If
West.
you don't know exactly what this is referring to, best players in the league, and she was detained in Russia on charges about 10 months ago. It was like two tiddly winks of weed. They basically threw her in the slammer for thinking about marijuana.
Like it was like a small little cartridge of like THC oil, some type of thing. And they were gonna put her in jail for over like 9 years, almost a decade. That's pretty much a decade for like a small little ounce of cartridge. So if you ask me, I kind of say that. I mean, that's kind of being a little bit too extreme, but at the same time, come on now, come on now, like like you in their country, you should know how things go. Like I always say it. I mean, I was talking about the Qatar situation last episode, I believe, and it's kind of like, yo, at the end of the day, you have to respect different countries' customs and laws. If you don't like their laws, don't go to their country. Simple as that. Like if I knew, now I don't smoke, I don't do that stuff. But if I was a smoker, if I know I do, like if I know I like to partake in the the devil's lettuce, and I know that I will be thrown in prison for 10 years just for having an ounce of oil. And I ain't talking about the oil you put in the cars, baby. I'm talking about like that the devil's honey you burn. Something like that. If I know I'm gonna be thrown in the slammer for over 10 years, and I like to enjoy that type of lifestyle, you ain't gonna catch me. You ain't gonna catch me in 100-mile radius near Russia. I wouldn't even be in Europe or any country that's next to Russia. Just 'cause I know I have a feeling that if I toke up, freaking Russian military will just come in and take me alone. So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you have to wherever you travel to, wherever you go, you have to acknowledge and respect other countries' custom and cultures, even if it goes against your beliefs, your views. You either respect it or don't go, because if not, you're going to suffer the consequences. And again, I'm not taking nothing from Brittney Griner, because who knows? Maybe she did not know. Maybe she didn't know. I don't know. But it's just kind of like it's kind of silly a little bit. I mean, I don't know what's as silly. Her being put in prison for 10 years for that, or you know, I don't know. I don't know. Let's continue.
The actual story was they came after her for smuggling because they found vaporizer cartridges on her person which contained less than a gram of hash oil. So super trivial amount really. You'd find
Pretty
more
much.
devil's lettuce in a church bathroom. She wasn't exactly some drug kingpin who was trying to escape the country with a duffel bag full of jazz.
Might as well. They like Russia looked at her as a drug lord, man. They looked at her like, bro, you might as well be Pablo Escobar. You might as well be El Chapo at this point.
Cabbage. It was very small stuff. She was detained and thrown into a labor camp for the last 10 months. And since then, the US has been working to try and set up a trade with Russia to
Now that's new. I'm sorry for pausing. That's new. The labor camps, that's new. I didn't know they had her in the labor camp. I thought they just threw her in jail for 10 months, and and she's been kind of fighting for her life. Well, not for her life, but she's been fighting for her freedom in and out of jail, trying to overturn the 10-year sentence. So that's even more crazier.
get her back. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tackle this complicated issue real quick, just right away, because I've seen so many people mention this, that this same thing would happen in America for the same level of, possession. People in America get thrown in jail
Pretty
for
much.
years for very minor drug charges. And you're right.
Hey, hey, hey! Shout out to all my Texas. viewers. I'm in Texas. Yeah, y'all know how we get down. Now, now fortunately we're trying to change that. We're trying to change, the sentiment stuff, but you know, if you're a native Texan, you know how strict we can be when it comes to stuff like this. So I know we talking about Russia, but heck, there's plenty of states here in the United States that can do just as much, if not even more. Like I think like the worst case scenario when it comes to marijuana possession and trafficking in Texas back in the day was like life in prison. And rare occasions, even people will try to push the death penalty on you. So, but again, that's back in the day. I know things have changed significantly. So I don't even know, bro.
Right. That's horrible too. Happened to Brittney Griner in Russia. They can both be terrible together. I think we can all agree on
Facts.
that. That's not some big gotcha moment. Now, getting back on topic, today the U.S. has finalized the trade agreeing to swap Victor Bout, the Merchant of Death, for Brittney Griner. And a lot of people have been scratching
That's
their
low key
heads saying that
goofy.
this
I'm not
seems
gonna.
like an unfair
That's low key goofy. Think about this. You're a you are a woman's basketball player, and you got caught with a tiny little minuscule oil from marijuana. And bro, you're fighting for your freedom because you don't want to be in jail for over 10 years, bro. And then get this, we'll let you go, but we'll have to trade you with the merchant of death, bro. Hold up. That makes no sense, bro. That's like, bro. That's like me, bro. That's like me going to a different country, get caught littering. And in order for me to not be in jail for about 50 years, they're gonna have to trade me with a well known serial killer. I will be pissed, bro. I'll be mad. Like, ain't no way. I freaking littered, bro. And you want this menace to society? Like, go, like, bro. I'm sorry. Let me do community service. My bad. It was a freaking. It was a. It was a chewing gum wrapper, bro. Like, what the heck?
trade, a pretty lopsided deal, because the Merchant of Death isn't exactly some lightweight. And that title alone is scary. That's like releasing Cobra Commander, like freeing him from the
Facts.
G.I. Joe prison. This,
For
this isn't
real.
just some nobody. This is a very, very well known arms dealer. In fact, they have a whole goddamn movie about this guy called Lord of War, starring Nicolas Cage. This isn't some
I've seen snippets of that movie. It's an old movie, but it's a classic. They made a movie like, bro. Let me tell you something. If you have done so much bad to the point where they making movies about you with top tier like actors, and you want them free, you gonna set them free? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. That's kind
small
of
fry,
corny.
not
Kind of
some
corny.
faceless old pop Wiggleberry that was convicted for kegeling heroin. Like, this is a big deal. Now, of course, I do agree that this was a wrongful conviction. Brittney Griner's punishment didn't fit her crime. This was pretty outrageous.
Facts.
Like, yes,
True.
I understand, like, a law was broken, but this kind of enforcement of it is absurd. And I think getting her out is great, but I do agree with a lot of people that are wondering, could we have got more for this trade? Like, right now, there are still two other US citizens that are imprisoned in Russia. And we just gave up, like,
Oh
our
yeah, and that's
biggest
a that's a whole nother can of worms about the whole Paul
Yu-Gi-Oh
Whelan,
card.
the whole nother Paul Whelan situation. That's a whole nother can of worms about that one. Like I could spend a whole nother episode talking about the Paul Whelan situation. He been there over 2 years. And he's a Marine veteran who got caught up in Russia over there. Been in there for over 2 years, and everybody and their mama been demanding him to be released. But then it's kind of funny how Brittney Griner was like, no, she's more of a priority. I mean, that's a whole nother discussion, but it's kind of like, dang. And I don't even know who Mark Fogel is. I don't even know who he is, but I guess he too also got called with, but no, his was just full on marijuana possession. Brittney Griner was possession of hashish oil. a trivial amount of it. So it's kind of like what I think Charlie's gonna talk. I think he gonna talk more about it, Charlie.
Hard here to barter with. Could we have maybe grouped them all together? Be like, we'll give you the Merchant of Death. We'll give you the super duper ultra rare prisoner if you give us all three of your prisoners of
You
ours.
haggling
Like I feel
like
like that would have been
Pokemon.
a much more fair deal. Like right now, there's a Marine sitting in there that's been there since 2018. Like
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
definitely
Paul
feel
Whelan,
like maybe we could have played this a little bit better. Now, of course, I'm not looking at the deeper
bro, man. Imagine we out here just like like the politicians, the president, the vice president. They go out somewhere with the Russian president, like Vladimir Putin, and they sit down at a table. They bust out their trading cards, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and they be like, okay, we'll give you we'll give you Victor Bout, the Merchant of Death, but we are gonna have but we're gonna have but you give us Brittney Griner, Paul Whelan, and Mark Vogel. We're gonna give you this ultra rare card for those three commons. You give us the shiny Pokemon, and we give you the shiny Pokemon. You give us the three common ones that you find in every single pack. That's madness.
political motivations and angles to a negotiation like this. I'm not here to dissect the inner machinations of this kind of swap. I'm looking at this as a pure layman reptile brain. And to me, while I'm happy
Same,
that she's been able to return to the US, I would have liked to have seen that for the other two victims there. I would really like
same. Like I'm not knocking Brittney Griner. Like I'm happy that she's back home. I'm happy that she's back with her family, her loved ones. Um, she should have never been there for that long in the first place. It made no sense. But at the same time, it's kind of like, yo, what about the other two who've been there much longer for things that's kind of more like, I'm just saying, like, we have a whole spy, whole security director of the U.S. Marines, another guy too, and it's kind of like, you know, like the priorities wasn't there, people. That's all I'm saying.
if we made the same level of effort to bring them home as well. And I feel like this could have been a great opportunity for it since they were using the goddamn Merchant of Death. Like, just imagine the perspective of the Marine that's currently there for the last 4 years.
See,
You know, he hears Brittney Griner got released in a prisoner swap. He's like, oh, who did they trade? The fucking Merchant of Death. And then, like, well, who are they?
I would be salty. Like if I was Paul Whelan, served my country for years. Out here going like I was like CIA operative, bro. Out here going different countries, different this, take doing what I have to do, and then I get caught up, been in prison for 2 or 3 years, and finally when I'm starting to hear that they're gonna do some prisoner swaps, and then they didn't pick me, they picked Brittany for a Merchant of Death. I will, man, I'll be hurt. I will be hurt. Like, this country ain't crap, bro. I did everything for this country, and this how they gonna do me? Like, bro, what the heck?
Are they trying to get me out? Oh yeah, yeah they are. Well, who are they? Who are they willing to trade? Oh, just some like Russian dude who stole a pack of cigarettes from a gas station. For some reason, the Russian government's not taking that trade though, but they're doing their best. Like I think this was a good opportunity to swing for the fences, get the whole kit and caboodle, grab the other two prisoners as well in this swap. It seems that seems like a much like more even deal if you ask me. You get all of the U.S. Citizens that are held captive in Russia right now out all at once in one fell swoop. Of course, I'm just a pea brain fucking idiot, so perhaps that pipe dream was never an actual possibility. But
I
you know,
mean,
to
at the
me, it
end of the
sounds
day,
like it
we
could
don't
have
really
been
know how this
feasible.
stuff
Like get
works.
Saul Goodman
Too.
on the line
I'm
and
I'm just I'm
work the
talking as
deal.
well.
Like it just seems like the Merchant of Death had a lot of weight for bargaining. That's just how it appears to me. Now, if you thought that's
Yeah, it's almost like like we could have haggled more because like we had going back to the whole Pokemon analogy, like we had the shiny Pokemon, we had the ultra rare, we had that 1999 first edition um Charizard, like we had that, we had that, and they had no offense, no disrespect to Brittney Griner, but like like and the Russians, they just had like maybe your regular, maybe common slash common um cards, plus the also very uncommon rare card with Paul Whelan as well. So they had a rare card, they had a rare card, and they had an uncommon card. Then they had a common card. We had we out here balling with the big G, the big stuff. We could have haggled more, bro. We could have pushed more. We could have been like, nah, we gonna give you we only gonna give you the merchant of death if you give us all three of those, because the merchant of death is worth all three of what you got. I'm just saying, like we could have haggled more. We could have pressed. We could have pressed them a bit. It's almost like we just like in a hurry. It was almost like the government, the president was being pressured so much with Brittney Griner. Like people was voicing more. Like it's almost like everything that was about Brittney Griner was so more talked about. I don't even know. It makes no sense. It's like I know it, but at the same time I don't know it fully. I don't want to speak too much about it because Twitch, YouTube, they get very sensitive. Hey Susan, please. I'm just trying to make it big out here in the YouTube platform. You feel me? But still, it's just kind of like it's almost like they wasn't really thinking. They wasn't. It was like it's like they wasn't really thinking about the other two prisoners. It was only thinking about Brittney Griner because at that moment, Brittney Griner was more of an importance for whatever reason, whether she was a woman, whether she was a whether she was a woman, whether she was a basketball player or whatever. It was almost like the other two, which they too have their own significance. They too have their own families and friends and supporters that want them to go too. But it's almost like for some odd reason, she just made it. She just made it more of importance, and we just didn't haggle enough, bro. We just didn't haggle.
That's where
We
this
didn't
story ends. You're a
we
damn
didn't push.
fool because there was a massive plot twist nobody saw coming. Vin Diesel may have played a role in this. He may have been the one that actually saved the day here. A lot of people are praising him for an Instagram post he allegedly made last month where he had a picture of himself at a Lakers game giving a thumbs up with the caption, "I need Brittney Griner home before Christmas." Now, when I first
What about Paul Whelan? What about Mark Vogel? Can they come home before Christmas? What about them? What about them? So that's another thing that can that's another aspect that can be brought up to its own conversation. Is like what made Brittney Griner more important than the other two? Because her case and her crime was minuscule. Yes, it was foolish. The fact that she was going, the fact that they were going, the government, the Russian government was going to put her in prison for over 10 years just for a drop of THC oil. Now again, at the same time, there's also arguments she should have been aware of that. She should have respected and understood the crimes and the laws of that government. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That was my prayer call. We're about to wrap this up pretty soon, actually. We'll talk about Kanye West the next episode because I just realized that talking about Brittney Griner and the Kanye West situation, that's gonna be a 2 hour episode. And I don't think y'all ready for a 2 hour episode, just me talking. I don't. So we're gonna wrap this up real quick, and then maybe the next episode we'll talk about the Kanye West situation. That's even more juicier and more controversial, in fact. So to wrap it up real quick, is that there's a lot of things wrong with this. Both sides are at fault. Both sides are doing wrong. The Russian government should have not tried to put her in prison in a labor camp for over 10 years just for a little drop of hashish oil. That makes no sense. At the same time, she's not entirely innocent because she should have known or realized, her situation. She should have known, like, again, if you go into any country, if you go on travel, you need to understand and be aware of the laws and the conditions of every country. And you have to respect that, or you're going to suffer the consequences. So she wasn't completely innocent. Obviously, the Russian government is not. It's not innocent, and our government, we're not really innocent because kind of like, dang, where were our priorities at? Because again, we have Brittney Griner. We need to get her home because it makes no sense that she just in prison for over 10 years for like a little drop of weed that made no sense. But at the same time, we also have other people who've been in there much longer than her with charges that are more severe. Like Mark Fogel, full marijuana. We ain't talking about oil, we ain't talking about drugs, probably like pounds or something. Probably like actual ounces. We have freaking Paul Whelan, Marine veteran, served his country, who's been in prison much longer for accusation of espionage, for spying. Which again, that should put some more weight towards him because if he got caught with espionage, that means he has some information. He knows some stuff. He been in prison. He's been around that country. He may got some dirt. He got some information. I'm just saying, bro. He could have got
First read
something.
about all this,
He could have like. I'm just saying, bro.
I assume this was a fake screenshot. I mean, it doesn't even have a verified check mark on his name. It just seems like a meme that was made to troll and get a little goofy on Twitter. But
Pretty much
Rolling
could be.
Stone and Yahoo both seem to think that this was a real post Vin Diesel made and then deleted shortly thereafter. So who really fucking knows, honestly? I just love to toy around with that fan fiction that Vin Diesel somehow scared the Russian government into accepting a trade to get Brittney Griner home
Imagine
after he
that.
made his Instagram post.
Imagine that, because again, the whole world knows about Vin Diesel. They all know about the Fast and Furious series. They know that he's all about family. He's all about that family. So it's kind of like, mm, do we really want him to be over here? All them doggone cars running through Russia, family. I know that. I'm telling you, it's so much corny goofiness going on with this whole entire situation, bro.
Like
It's
they're all just
crazy.
panicking at the headquarters, going from phone to phone. No, I saw it. I saw it. No, I saw it. Yep. Yep. I know. I know. Jesus Christ, I understand. It's all gonna burn down. Vin Diesel's gonna come over here with his goddamn Dodge Charger, and he's gonna kick our ass. He's gonna beat our fucking ass. It's just such an entertaining idea.
Bro, I'm telling you, Ukraine should have just called Vin Diesel. All that millions and billions of dollars that we keep on sending to Ukraine, or we suffer and drown in inflation, high food prices, and gas prices. Wink, wink. That's for another episode. I ain't even gonna talk about that because we could have sent them Vin Diesel, bro. So the war would have been over. The war would have been over months ago. We wouldn't be talking about it now. And for a lot of people who don't know, yes, the war on in Russia and Ukraine is still going on. It hasn't stopped. Just because the media, just because the news don't talk about it no more, doesn't mean that it just disappeared. People are still dying, people are still losing their lives, people are still losing their homes. And that's the crazy part about it. The crazy part about it.
That they never had any intention of ever trading Brittney Griner until Vin Diesel made his post, and they're like, "Oh my god, we're on a tight time crunch now. Now we're on the clock. This is a cutthroat schedule. Vin Diesel wants her home by Christmas. Okay, get the Americans on the line. We'll orchestrate a trade ASAP. We cannot allow Mr. Diesel to get involved in this." like that is just so like amazing to think about. But yeah, I
It's
just
kind
wanted
of
to talk
funny.
about this situation a little bit because it's a pretty wild one, and really
It
that's
really
about it.
is, man.
So yeah,
Thank you, Charlie, bro. Thank you, Charlie. Again, shout out to Penguin Zero Moist Critical. Shout out to him. Link will be in the description. I don't own this video. He's, as you can tell, he's the owner of it all. I'm just reacting to it. Golly. Yo, shout out to the first viewer. Like, comment, subscribe. You know how we do. Um, Again, a very, very interesting situation going on with the whole Brittney Griner situation. Victor Bout. Again, there's so many things embedded in that situation. A lot of things that we're not being told about. A lot of things that we don't even know about. It's just get Brittney Griner out of there. What about other people? We don't know. We don't. It's so many things that can be explored, bro. It's crazy. So that's gonna be it. That's gonna be this episode. I like I said, I know I was gonna talk about I know we was gonna also touch up on the Kanye West controversy, but we'll do that next episode because that itself is gonna be its own separate video. Its own separate video. So we may do that tomorrow. Again, shout out to Yaro for following me. I appreciate it so much. Sorry it took me over 7 days to talk about it. And let's keep on going, you guys. For anyone who just want to see this channel grow, keep pushing. You know what to do. Hit that follow, hit that comment, and share it. Share it to your friends, share it to your family. Let's get out there. Because I'm telling you, I have so much things I want to do in the future for this channel, for everything, bro. Let's get us out there. Let's get us up there. And pretty soon I can take this doggone avatar off and you will see my face. I'm been ready for that. So anyway, it's been real. I love you guys. Stay safe. And remember, I'm just a man with a microphone. It's not even that serious. Peace. Take me away. Take me away. Take me away. Take me away from here. Take me away. It's an old classic. Take me away. I'm out of here. Deuces. Yo!